Party after party after party after party.
Party after party. Party after party. Party after party. After party after party.
Welcome to the Cedric Live Show. My guest on the show today is none other than hip-hop sensation, Big Trill. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Oh man, I'm glad to be here.
Good to
Pleasure's
see
all
you.
mine. Same here.
Before we go very far,
Yes.
I want you to tell me something.
Yeah.
What's your real name?
My real name's Kaiser Roland.
Kaiser Ronald.
Roland.
Roland.
Yeah, with a R-O-W-L-N-D, just like Kelly Rowland.
It just had to be complicated. You could, like who?
Kaiser like Kelly Rowland?
Like Kelly Rowland?
Yeah, but I don't use the Roland because, girls be calling you Roland. So I just use Big Trill for now.
I think they still scream Big Trill.
Yeah, but the Roland is more, so I keep it like under the covers.
So how do you go from being Kaiser Roland
Yeah.
to Big Trill?
Funny story, my first rap name when I was in high school was K. Rolls. Kaiser Roland, K. Rolls.
Right.
But then I was like, that's too cheesy. And I was into, literature and everything. So I used to write this thing. Basically, I was writing something. Then, I wrote a sentence, born in greatness to rise into a legend. And I
Born into greatness.
Born in greatness
Born in greatness.
to rise into a legend.
To rise into a legend.
Yeah, so I like that. So I used to write that at the back of, my books. And I was like, this can actually be my, my other alias.
Yeah.
Then I was like, there's no way an MC at a show is gonna be like, up next on stage we have born in greatness to rise into a legend. By the time he says that, half the crowd would have left the show.
Yes.
So I was like, I need to cut it down, make an acronym, and then I came up with Big Trill. So it's basically an acronym for born into greatness to rise into a legend.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
So it's part of the whole poetic journey.
Yeah.
So tell me, you grew up in Kampala, right? Or you grew up outside of Kampala?
No, Kampala. Yeah, Kampala.
Yeah, you grew up in Kampala.
Yeah.
Siblings, brothers, sisters?
I'm like the second last born.
Second last
I
born.
used to be the last born and enjoying all the benefits until my little sister happened. We're five. I'm the second last born. And yeah, that's basically it.
So you're spoiled, right?
No, I'm not. I'm a hustler.
Yeah. Well, I can tell. So tell me, you've been in hip hop for a while, in music.
Yeah, music.
For a while.
Yeah.
So how did this all begin? How did this journey begin? How did you get into music? There's always something that triggers it.
Yeah,
Literature class, poetry class.
No, but I think I just from like a very tender age,
Yeah.
I always loved music.
Yeah.
I always loved music. Way back, we used to have these dance-offs,
Yeah.
every Christmas. And our parents used to line us up and then dance for money and prizes for, gifts. And I used to make sure that I dance in front of everyone.
Can you?
Like, I
Trill, can you dance?
can still break a move.
But Trill, you're 6'5". You got to keep your feet on the ground.
Chris Brown, I think we're the same height.
Nah.
And I can give Chris Brown a run for his money.
You think so?
No, I'm joking. But it started off like that. So I used to dance. Then, they nicknamed me Swissman, my own parents. So I used to like music to the point that it got to a level where my mom would always find me watching way back in the days of Channel O, all those.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, every time she used to find me watching, she'd be like, Bijeko, why you watch something educative,
Yeah.
But then,
like most parents, of course.
Yeah. But then, when I got done with school, I told her, hey, I wanna be a musician. And she was like, but I wanted you to do law because you got the grades. I was like, yeah, I can't do law because I don't see my life panning out that way. She's like, you know what?
I'm just trying to picture you as a lawyer, man.
Right?
Yeah,
In the suit.
but anything is possible. Anything is possible.
I don't think I'll make a very good lawyer.
But you can always go back when you're done with
with the music.
No, you can never be done with the music.
Yeah.
But you can,
I can be like
you're
that.
you're gonna go behind the scenes a little bit, you're a producer as well, right?
Yeah, true.
So you produce your own beats and stuff.
Yeah, I produce my own beats. But that, I've just started doing that like two years ago. That's when I got into music production. But basically that's it, And after that, my mom was like, you know what, whatever you do, I'm going to support you. And she's been my biggest fan ever since.
That's wonderful. It always helps when you have a supporting cast.
Yeah, because there's like the ups and downs in this thing. So sometimes when you're feeling down, so it's good to know that your family got your back.
You got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Or someone to speak to.
Yes.
You know, when you're feeling a little bit down.
Yeah.
I think it happens to the best of us.
It happens to everybody.
So tell me something. What's the journey been like? You know, I've known you for a few years.
Yeah.
You're one of the hip hop legends.
Yeah.
Of Uganda.
Yeah.
What's your journey be? I wouldn't say legends because
yeah, I'm
legends
not yet
makes
a
you feel a
legend
bit
yet.
old.
No, I would want to be called a legend, but I think I'm yet to work to that status yet. But I think with the trajectory that I'm on, I think eventually I'll be a legend.
Yeah, I saw my good friend Lyrical G releasing his
album.
Yeah, so you still have a long way to go till you retire.
To get to that status,
till you get to that status. But true. I think that you've been one of the more pronounced hip hop artists over the last maybe 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
What's the journey been like? You know, from the beginning? Because when I first got involved in music with Kinetic, it was very difficult.
Yeah.
There was no. I couldn't see the
income.
No.
The returns.
That too, but I couldn't see the exit strategy.
Yeah.
How do you grow the music business? You had individual brilliance, like you, I suppose, Navio, Keiko, Lyrical G, many of the artists, The Myth, and whoever it may be. Yeah. But Rionga, whom we used to manage. But I always thought to myself, but how, not just for Kinetic, but how does the artist make the dollars, in Uganda?
Yeah.
Because the artists in Europe, in the US,
dollars,
similar skill level, are making
crazy money.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to being selfless. You have to really be selfless.
Yeah.
You see, with the music thing, once you think it's about you, you're doomed. Because this is an industry. All you have to do is make sure that you find the industry in a certain position. Yeah. And when you're leaving the industry, you leave it in a better position. So in that way, you're working for the betterment of the industry and you're part of the industry.
Yes.
And then even the new cats who, like the new rappers to come, they'll find it better. So I think that has always been like my goal. It's not about me. Me, I'm part of the industry. I'll come, I'll go, but I want to leave a legacy behind. And when you do that, you improve the industry as a whole. So not only you make the money, but once the whole industry is flourishing, then there's more money in circulation. That means everybody's getting money. So that's what I've been about. I've been about trying to improve my skill level, trying to get into music production, trying to make sure that I make better music that can, transcend boundaries and borders and, not only make money from Uganda, but make money from different markets as well. Because then, you'll have
to monetize iTunes, all those different channels.
You'll have like substantial amounts of cash coming in if you have that kind of mentality. Mm-hmm. But if you're trying to do it for yourself, at some point the curtains close on everybody's career. Then you'll have nothing. And also
curtains close on everybody.
And everybody, even Tyson, even Usain Bolt, everybody, Michael Jackson.
But when we come back, I want you to actually tell me: do artists in Uganda? We're going to go to commercial. Yeah. But do artists in Uganda actually make a living from music?
Oh, we do.
But let's cut to commercial. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Cedric Live Show. I'm here with hip-hop sensation, Big Trill. Now, before we went to commercial, we were talking about, do artists
really make money?
Make a living?
They actually
in Uganda. No, I know globally they do.
Yeah.
In West Africa they do.
Yeah.
In South Africa they do.
Yeah.
My question is, do artists actually make a good living in Uganda?
Yes, they do. Now, you see, at the end of the day, it depends on the team you have. Because, even the great players like Messi, Ronaldo, they don't pass the ball to themselves. They need somebody to help them with the dirty work and then, they're the stars. So even like a musician, it comes down on the team. A musician can make a good 80 million in 2 days. And that's crazy, right? Yeah. It's crazy. But then
so that's 4 million a day, basically. So.
Yeah. So you can have, over the weekend, you can make 8 million. But then you also have to invest in the business because, music is expensive as a business. You have to look good. You have to shoot videos, which cost 8 million. You have to,
Let's stop here on music videos.
Yeah.
Right? How do you make money out of a music video?
Well,
I know it's a brand thing.
Yeah.
But how do you generate money out of producing
a music video.
a music video.
Okay, let's say you have a song
Yes.
that is a potential hit.
Right.
So you've spent like 1 million
Right.
shillings on the audio production.
Yes.
You're going to spend a good 8 million on the video.
Yes.
So altogether, that's 9 million.
Yes.
Right? Promotion, you're going to spend like another 2-3 million.
Yeah.
So now you earn the 12, 13. So what happens if it's a hit song? Once you release a song and start getting booked out for gigs, you make sure that you make that 13 million, and once you hit that cut, the rest are profits. That's basically it. So you can actually make that 13 million, because let's imagine you're making 8 million per weekend. That 13 million, 3 weekends, you're already good, you're in profits.
Yeah.
You dig. So the rest after that is profits and probably money for the next video. So you can actually make a killing. That's why you see like artists, I don't want to mention names, but artists sometimes, they buy Escalades, building big houses. So if you have a good management and a very good financial advisor. Yeah, yes, they're even in parliament. So, so basically there is money, but like any other industry, you have to be smart about how you go about it.
Yes.
Yeah, if you just, make money and then you spend it, like how you make it, and you don't save.
You might not get another hit.
Yeah, hey,
That's
you might not get another hit
sometimes.
and then...
But some would say that it's only the top few.
Yeah.
In hip hop, you maybe 2 or 3 others.
Yeah.
Who make a living from hip hop.
Yeah.
In mainstream, you're talking about Bebe,
Yeah.
Bobby Wine, Chameleon, Palazzo, maybe a few of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, Sheba,
Yeah.
Irene and Tale. But if you count them,
Yeah.
they're not very many.
Word, yeah, sure.
So we don't have an ecosystem.
For the...
Yeah, you see, in the US or in Europe, the average musician makes good money.
True.
So without actually having to work that hard because of copyright.
Yeah, and the system's already in place to protect them.
I can play your song and walk right by you and you can't do anything.
Yeah, but but I think, I think that like I said,
Yeah.
we too have a role to play as musicians now to make sure that the acts that come after us are in a better position. If we try to approach this from an individual level, the music industry is going to fail eventually.
Yes.
So it's upon us to set up structures. Yes, our laws are a little, they ain't tight. The copyright law is not yet really effective. But if we work on that, for the future musician, I think it will be better. And you need to know that I'm getting to a position now where I can influence the future generation. I can sign artists, maybe start my own record label.
Yeah.
So if I'm trying to venture into that, I need to make sure that what happened to me doesn't happen to them.
Right.
So I need to put in place structures that will protect them. If Cedric is playing my song on his phone, at least I'm getting a...
Yeah, like iTunes, you're getting a few shillings. So it'd be safe to say that Big Trill is making some money now.
Well,
some dollars, some shillings.
Well, Party After Party hit #1 in Kenya on iTunes, so...
Yeah.
I think the bank ain't so bad.
And now that you brought that up,
Yeah.
Party After Party.
Yes.
This song
Yeah.
is off the hook.
Word.
I'll tell you why. I was sitting there and I remember, I can't remember who it was or what was on. And I kept hearing this song.
Yeah.
And I think I was in pretty much a different kind of environment.
Yes.
And I said, who is that? I said, that's Big Trill. I said, play it again. And wherever I went, people were playing this song.
Yeah.
Last weekend, I was with some friends, and the song played, and they stood up and danced.
Yeah.
So this song has actually caught fire in Uganda,
Yeah.
and in Kenya, West Africa, Malawi.
Lesotho now, Zambia. I just got a video from Minnesota, USA, just like 3 days ago. So it's like a wildfire.
Do you think this song is that song? Because every artist has that song.
Yeah.
That people associate with.
Yeah.
And then of course after that it becomes maybe standard that people listen to their songs.
Yeah, I would say it is that song.
Yeah.
But it's not that song yet. Why I say that is, people have asked me if Party After Party is my best song ever that I've released and my biggest song ever. And I've told them I'm yet to release my biggest song because my biggest song will win Uganda's first Grammy Award.
Really?
That's what I'm looking at. That's how big.
That's it, brother.
That's how big my dreams are. Kanye West said, "Reach for the stars. When you fall, you land on the clouds." you have to reach far. So at least if you're to fall, you land, you fall somewhere. Not that you reach for the clouds. When you fall, you land back on the ground. So I'm reaching for the stars, and hopefully we'll get there.
Congratulations, man. But in the meantime, Party After Party is the one.
It's the vibe right now. Yeah.
Is it top in Uganda as well at the moment?
Yeah, we released the song 2 months ago, and right now it's still on the charts. We're still #1. It's like I said, it's a song that I released, and I didn't even know the impact it would have on I didn't know people would relate with the song so much. I didn't know. I think I underestimated our ability to party. But now I know.
Oh no, we can. We do it really well.
Yeah.
We love a party in UG. But that's how it is. Now, when we come back from the commercials, we'll talk a little bit more about music and maybe some advice you can give to these young brothers and sisters who are coming up in the industry. Yeah. I don't know if you were born after 1986, but I'm not going to ask. You don't have to answer it.
Yeah.
But anybody born after 1986, no, 1989. Is 30 years old and below. Yeah, true. And that's 80% of our population.
Whoa. Okay.
So I don't know whether you're in the 20% or you're in the 80%.
I'd say 80.
You're in the 80%?
Yeah, I'm in the 80.
You're still a youngster like that?
Yeah, I'm grown up now.
Hey, where is Big Trill's mom? I need to ask her because I've known Big Trill for a long time. Anyway, we'll cut to commercials. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Cedric Live Show. I'm still here with hip-hop sensation, Big Trill. Some of you know him as the artist behind Party After Party After Party, but you Ugandans like to party. So Trill, what is the creative process for producing a track or an album?
It's a vibe. I would say, may I just call it a vibe? Because certain days you wake up and there's no vibe. Even if certain days I wake up and I stay away from the studio because I don't feel the creative juices flowing. Yeah. Certain days I wake up and I produce 3 tracks. Right. So it's always a vibe. The creative process is not a process you can pen down, be like, okay, today I'm going to be creative, and then you be creative. No, I think it's like a vibe. It's something that just comes over you, and everything that you do just works. Yeah. So you just have to pray that you have more creative days as opposed to the other days. So
more good days than bad days.
The bad days, yeah. So and that's the trick. That's why you find that sometimes musicians make bad music, sometimes good music, because sometimes you're in a zone that if you're doing something, it will click. And when you're in that zone, make sure to use it. Make sure to stay in studio. If you listen for 2 days, make sure you milk that vibe. And the other thing is, the more you do something, the better you get at it. Even with music. For me to make the Party After Party beat, I tried to make a beat like that, and I think I'd made 10 bad beats. But in all those bad beats, I picked out something I can use, and then Party After Party is the sum of all the bad, and then just brought it together and just made.
So in effect, it's experience.
It's experience in a way.
You learn to hear and feel what's in your environment to create the track.
Yeah.
So how do you continue? What do you do? I know you have other tracks. Yeah. People now, of course, associate you directly with Party After Party.
Yeah, true.
But I've seen you've done a lot of collaborations. One with I think he's
Ganta, Shay Nigeria.
Yes.
Fie. Yeah, but I'm very selective about my collabos because, like I said, it's a vibe. If I don't vibe with the artists, I don't think I'll do the song because then it will just be a fake collabo.
You are signed to Big Striker.
Strike Entertainment.
Strike Entertainment.
Yes.
They are what? What are they?
Record label.
The record label.
Yes.
Who else do they have under their label?
Oh, right now it's me. So I'm
just you.
Getting all the benefits.
I'm anyway. Sure. Because, at the end of the day, with this jam, you can't ask for more as a record label.
Word. And true. And, right now it's only me, but they're looking to expand. I think January they're going to be looking to sign the next act on the label. Yeah. So, yeah, man, if you're out there and, you're looking to get signed, just make sure you strategically...
Are they a hip-hop label or they're...
Everything.
Everything?
Everything. Just make sure you strategically position yourself so the label can see you and probably give you a good deal.
So tell me, what do you think we can do, you know, in this industry? Not we, but people in the industry. Because everybody's responsible.
True.
How do you actually create a platform for growth in the industry? Because I've always thought that there are two industries that are not being exploited the best in this country. And one of them is entertainment. When I say entertainment, I'm talking about film, I'm talking about music,
arts, basically.
Arts and everything. So there's that, you know, we're not grasping it. Yet we do have a lot of talented creatives.
True.
The other one, of course, is sports.
Word,
And I think sports is something that we need to invest in properly. You know, not just, you know, we've sent people to the Olympics. No, that's fine. It's appreciated. But we need to invest more where the majority of the youngsters, millennials like you, you say you were born in 2001, but that's okay.
No, I was born in 1990.
You were born in 2000. It's okay, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, where youngsters like yourselves can go and ply their trade, because not everybody, like in your case, is going to be a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, and whatever we say. We'll encourage it, but you know, ultimately we have to be realistic that some people are just lyrically gifted or creatively gifted to do this. So what do you think we can do to make this better?
One, like I said, we need to set up structures and be selfless.
Right.
What I mean by structures is now when you look at the industry, fraternities are being sort of formed, they're starting to emerge. You see the DJs, there's a DJ fraternity and it's strong. You understand?
I like what you did with the video. You gave it to them.
Yeah, because you know, to me, the DJs are the life of the party. How can you have a party without a DJ? That's not a party. You understand? So the DJs have a fraternity that's really strong. They're united. They're working together. You even have DJs doing solo shows. You know, Roger Slick Stewart, Aluda with Kings of Turntables. You know, DJs doing Shiru. So they have their own shows. So now we need the artists to have that sort of unity. We used to have it in 2010, 11, when, you know, the Locomotive, Red and Weasel, Swangs came together, did the Whistle song, it was there. And then along the way, I think things happened and all the artists went their separate ways. So I want to encourage that again. And then, you know, we set up that, because when you come together as creatives, you find a way to protect yourselves. You understand? The DJs have their thing, the artists have their thing, the promoters get their thing, and then we merge. So if you have a hit song, you can actually make money, not having a hit song and you're on a border. Do you understand? If you have a hit song, it should show that you have a hit song. Like, you know, Big Trill bought a car, Big Trill bought a house, Big Trill did this. You know, so that's the only way we're going to protect ourselves and also protect future generations. We need to set up the structures. We need to get labels to be involved. Because, you know, the label does a lot for an artist that the artist can't necessarily do for themselves. Yes, it's so good to be independent, but now, like I'm saying to Strike Entertainment, and they have a father rich. They get me to Nigeria. They took me to Nigeria for a while. They're paying all my bills. I was just learning, soaking in this, you know, all the knowledge. So basically, we need to set up labels. We need to set up basically the structures and also the laws to protect the artists and their art and their content. Once we do that, an artist will be one of the most admired things in the country. Like if you wake up in the morning and tell your dad, your aunt will be a musician, they'll be like, okay, which studio? Let's go. You understand? But right now, even the people, like the parents, don't see how you're going to make the money.
You can understand sometimes because there are many artists who, as you said, their music is not reflected in their lifestyle.
True, yeah.
So as you say, they don't have basic resources.
True.
You know, housing, this and that. There's some discipline issues, but that's another story.
Yeah.
But most of them, which is a very sad story, are producing music, but they are not making it. They're not getting that 8 million a weekend.
True.
They're maybe getting 500,000 a week.
Yeah.
Which is difficult. Very hard. Because they have to look good, they have to wear nice clothes, they have to do whatever they have to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that that's something that needs to change.
True. Like I said, we just need to set up the structures, and we need to be selfless in the approach. You know, like Big Trill isn't doing this for only Big Trill. Of course, yes, I want to live good, I want to, you know, build something. But I have to look farther than me. I have to make sure that the person who comes after me is in a better, you know, position, you know, to earn off their art. You understand? Because it's crazy when you're Big Trill, and even your mom knows you're Big Trill, and you know your name is out there, but you're famous but broke. That's like the worst thing that can ever happen to a human being. Famous and broke, that's very bad. And I think that happens to Ugandan musicians a lot because we don't have structures. So, you know, you need to reflect. If you're famous, then the money should come through as well. You're famous, but, you know, it's relative.
It should be. But in Uganda, it's very common, you know, people with massive followings and very popular, and the lifestyle is not equivalent. But that's something that you guys are going to change.
Yeah, we're going to change
your generation.
Yes.
And us guys are there to
help us,
push you along the way.
Yes.
When we come back from commercials, we're going to talk a little bit more to Big Trill about music and also what Big Trill does outside music. Let's break to commercial. Welcome back to the Cedric Live Show. I'm still here with Big Trill, and we're talking music. We're talking the music industry or the creative industry, whatever you want to call it. But Trill, tell me a little bit, you know, about your journey into music. What was your first song? How did you start to produce music? I know you told me a bit about how you got into music and your natural love of music. But tell me about your first song. What was your first song?
Okay, so when I was fresh out of high school, all I wanted to do was get into a booth and just hear my voice. Do you understand? Like, how do I sound like? And then there was this thing called the Hip Hop Canvas. No one knows this song. This thing called the Hip Hop Canvas. It was like a competition, and then I think I was chosen to be one of the few rappers that would go on to record a song. And I did my first record with a producer called Sam Lamar. So it was called Ovawa. No one knows the song.
With who was the producer?
Sam Lamar. He probably has the files. I don't know if he has the files. But then probably I don't want to listen to the song because I had like very weak bars. But that's the first ever song I recorded was me, a rapper called Shady Cannons, and a rapper called Bibio Mwamvu way back. And yeah, that was it. And then I got signed to Boom Forest, released Pushada, which was like my first, you know, like real breakthrough song. But before that, when I just signed to Boom Forest Entertainment, I had one song called Zizu. And, you know, it was out for like a week or two, and Janelle had the show in Iganga. So I'm in the car, we're going to Iganga, and I'm bragging how, you know, I've performed like twice and I've never been booed. Monji had been booed. Janelle had been booed for 15 minutes straight. He told me there's a time he was booed for 15 minutes, and the booing was louder than the music. Couldn't even hear himself perform. So I was bragging, like, you know, I've never been booed. So we go to Iganga. The MC introduces GNL. Up next on stage is GNL Zamba. So the crowd goes crazy. And then GNL tells me, okay, cool. Big Trill, Monji, you guys go first, then I come through. So now the crowd is expecting GNL. And then there comes this Katol guy with a song called Zizu that they don't know. Let me tell you, I got booed so hard that at some point there was a fan, or there was a reveler in the crowd who literally just came on stage to try and pull me down. And the crowd said, chanting him on, the probably was called Isabidi. Isabidi mtoleyo, Isabidi mtoleyo. So I was performing my song while trying to dodge Isabidi. So, you know, it's been a crazy journey. But hey, I'm here now. It's been a crazy journey.
Well, they're not booing you now.
No, they're not.
Now they've got you.
Now they're singing along, yeah.
In us crowds, we're not loyal. We don't respect the hustle.
If people don't know you, they'll boo. Yo!
So Zizu was a bad song. Is that what you're saying?
It was actually a good song, but they didn't know who the hell I was. And the MC had said, up next on stage, he had announced GNL as the next act. Yeah. And then there comes this small, tall, dark guy. I probably had an afro back then. Yeah. Yo, Issa almost killed me up on that stage.
You know, you're lucky there was no social media. Because you know what, it would have stayed till now. We'd be watching it.
I would have trended, yes.
Because there's an artist who jumped on Genuine stage. I won't say his name. But it trended for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, you know, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
We all go through these things.
Yeah, but you know, that social media thing, it's tricky.
You know, thank God there was no social media back then.
You know, once you do your show, it's in the past.
Yeah.
So tell me, Trill, what do you do outside of music? Because, you know, everybody in Uganda does multiple things.
Yeah.
You know, we're supposed to be the most entrepreneurial country in the world.
Okay. I'm into art.
Okay.
And I'm also into film. But that's like a chapter of my life that I'm really looking forward to getting into, especially because I love film, not as an actor,
Yeah.
but like as a director and a producer.
Yeah.
And I'm already starting up some projects. I'm also into farming. I think it's a very good, good source of income in Uganda because we're an agricultural-based country.
Everybody loves food.
Everybody loves food is bay, so they say.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm into that. I'm getting into farming. Eventually, I'm gonna get into film.
Right.
And I have to go for studies, probably abroad. Get how to work directly.
You want to be a director? You want to be a
director?
An actor? What do you want to be?
Director.
Director. Good. There's some guys here shooting this show. I think they might switch that bit off, but it's okay. I'm sure they'll be here to.
I won't take any of your jobs. Though.
No. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah. But basically, that's it.
So you want to get into film? You want to get into farming?
Yeah.
You want to do all these
music production.
And music production.
Yes,
so you're going to be your own label.
Yes,
so to speak.
Yes.
So tell me, who would you like to? Of course, there's a lot of international artists.
Yeah.
Whom would you like to collaborate with?
Right now? Okay, well, if it's Africa?
Yes.
Wizkid and Burna Boy, because I'm like a big fan. I'm like a big fan of Wizkid and Burna Boy.
Well, they're doing very well. Huh?
Yeah, not even before now. Like, I've always been a big Wizkid fan. My manager knows that. And Burna Boy, of course. Internationally, oh, come on. From Chris Brown to, Bruno Mars.
You don't want to collaborate like with Kelly Rowland or
Beyonce?
Okay.
Yeah, and Kelly Rowland, of course, she's like royalty. Do you understand? Yes. Listen, if I get on the track, even if it's Missy Elliott, because I grew up.
Good.
Yeah, I grew up watching these people.
Yeah.
So now it's like when like the first time I met, the Chameleon or like Baby Cool or Juliana, because I had grown up watching them. I was saying hi to them, and they were like, hey, hello. But me in my head, there was a fireworks show, because it's like, oh my God. You understand?
Yeah.
And I think it would be the same if, I meet like Wiz or Chris or Beyonce, or it would be the same. And, I'm down to work with anybody that's dope and anybody who shares my creative energy, basically.
Do you have a lot of collabos with local artists, or will you have?
I will have, but like I said, I'm very selective. Yeah. I just don't do collabos just because.
Yeah.
We need to have an energy together. Like me and Bini Ganta, it was so impeccable how we worked together. Like, it was crazy. We just got in the studio, vibed, and made the song. With Fia the same, with Shay Shay the same. So it's not about, you being like maybe on top right now, so I should rush and do a collab with you or something.
Yeah.
Or Big Trill now has party after party, so try rush and do a collab with him. There has to be a synergy. There has to be something. There has to be a connection.
A chemistry.
Chemistry. Yeah, that will reflect in the song.
Yeah.
But if you just do collabos anyhow, the people, you can't lie. We're like 40 million Ugandans.
Yes.
You can't lie to 40 million people. They'll still, in a way, be like, okay, there's something wrong with this song.
It's not believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm selective about my collaborations.
That's what I love about Party After Party, because it comes before the artist. Yeah. Not to say that it isn't your song.
Yeah.
I'm just saying when you hear the song, you hear the song and then ask, who did that?
Okay, Big Trill.
It's not like, oh, that's Big Trill's song.
Yeah.
If you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
There's always a difference. You hear the song first. Like when we were growing up, we heard the song before we saw the artist. Because we didn't use social media. We used the radio and CDs.
Do you know what? Do you know what the kids are doing nowadays?
What?
They have this app called Shazam. Once they listen to a song they don't know, just pull out their phones and Shazam will tell them it's Big Trill.
Yeah, and of course they're very elaborate on the music videos.
Yes.
So there's you see the artist.
Yes.
And of course you guys are all blinged out all the time. So it's beyond just the music.
Yes.
It's how you look and
branding,
and
basically.
stuff like that, you know, and I think that's where music has changed a little bit.
I think we're getting more professional as an industry. Artists, we become more punctual. Being more basically respecting our grind and our job. If you respect what you do, other people will respect you as well. Basically, you show people how to treat you. And if Cedric calls you up on your own time, he'll know that Trill is reliable. So if I have something else, I can call him up. But if they invite you to the Cedric live show and you come late, and you're high or hangover, they'll be like, this is a very unserious person. And I think now we're moving on from that kind of behavior to becoming more focused artists.
I think it's more of a process. You know, it takes time
Yeah.
for people to understand the difference between their on-stage persona and their off-stage persona.
But that's a story for another day, by the way, because you see, as artists, we create the other persona.
Right.
So like as Kaiser Roland, I created Big Trill.
Yes.
Okay. So once Big Trill then starts to control Kaiser Roland, then there's a problem.
Right.
Yeah. So Kaiser Roland you need to find a perfect, like strike a perfect balance. You need to know that, okay, the only time I'm not Big Trill is when I'm in my house. That's the only time. Even if I move out to buy whatnot, I am Big Trill. No, like people out there don't really know Kaiser Roland. They know Trill.
But they'll know today.
Okay. Probably, yeah. But that's, you know, so you need to strike a balance. Like I can't go home to my mom's place and it'll be Big Trill. Do you understand that? Because when I get to my house,
she's the one who baptized you.
You know, when I go to my mom's house, she'll be like, "Go now, first do those dishes and take out the trash." So there's no way you're gonna be Big Trill there. You have to be Kaiser. So you have to make sure that yours is in control. Yeah.
Good. So before we go,
yes,
I want you to tell me two things. One, the first thing is, what would be your advice?
Yes.
To a young brother or sister? I think I asked this earlier.
Yeah.
But what would be your advice in terms of whether or not, and if they do, getting into the music industry?
I would say one, don't this music industry, there's no halfway, half step. Do you understand? You're either in it or you're not. Don't be thinking music is my hobby. May I only do music as a side gig? You won't make no money from music. Mm-hmm. You understand? It's like any other art. You're either in it or you're not. And a lot of people won't understand what you're trying to do, but once you get where you're going, they'll be like, "Hey, but this is what Big Trill was doing." You understand? So if you have a lot of doubters, naysayers at the beginning, it's okay. Don't give up, because they say you only lose when you quit, right?
Yeah.
Don't give up. A lot of people told me, "Big Trill, na yo luzungu, you know, there's no way you can have, there's no way you can have a hit here in Uganda. Mano luzungu lungi, the English. Right now we have the #1 song in the country, and it's 90% English. I like you understand? That. Yeah. So because people will dance to a good song. We dance to Spanish songs, Nigerian songs. We don't know what they be saying. You understand? So
Jamaican songs,
you know. So people will always, you know, when you're starting out as an artist and as a creative, we think different. We think out of the box. So some people won't know what you're about. So they'll try to discourage you from taking that path. If you know what you like and you know what you want, go for it. There's a book I read called The Alchemist, one of my best books ever. Basically, the premise of the book is, listen, if you know what you want, the whole universe will work towards you achieving that goal somehow. You know, you're a Big Trill, you'll be on the Cedric live show, then someone will see you, then here, then you find yourself on probably Ellen. Do you understand? That's how as long as you know what you want. So know what you want, go for it, never give up. That's it.
Big Trill?
Yes.
Good luck, not just with your new hit, but good luck with everything.
Yes.
You're a good brother, humble guy.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching the Cedric Live Show. We were here this week with Big Trill. Born into greatness, to rise into a legend.
That's what's up.
I love that. Okay, thank you very much for watching the Cedric Live Show. Tune in next week.
It's your whole shit.